I am going to have to get back and open my booth pretty soon, but I'm going to go through one of the buildings to get there. Here's a pretty rosebill piece you don't see very often. It's priced at $95. It's Columbine, and I don't see this form very often. You see other pieces in Columbine more frequently than this. I think because of the heavy top heaviness of this design, it probably got knocked over and broken more often. I wanted to show this because this is an advertising piece. It's spongeware, but I wanted to have you look at the date, because a lot of people assume all of this was made around 1910 and that they didn't do this anymore, but no, it was done well into the 1940s, maybe even the early 50s by some companies. This is attractive to me for some reason. I guess because I'm a beach guy, I love anything with a shell, and this is Ardalt. This is occupied Japan. This is something that was made between 1947 and 52, and $22 seems like a pretty good deal. The early Ardalt pieces that I've had have all sold pretty well. Oh, we went shopping on the way down here in Wapakoneta, and there's Wapa and Kaneta, I guess. The best in beverages. $22, obviously a local interest piece. Here's another 1980s thing I think is bound to come back. They're asking $28 and $35 for these. The one with the veil is cute. A lot of these were done by clay art out of San Francisco in that period of time. There's the clay art tag, and we are starting to see people collecting these again. This one is called About Face. It was $40 new, and they're only charging $35 for it now. So to me, this is the time to get these sort of things before people catch on. Now this one I don't see a clay art mark on, and not all their stuff did have a permanent mark. I suspect it is theirs because the quality is good. Do not just take attributions for granted. This is marked Royal Copley, but it's not. It's perfectly worth $16. It's the same era. But if you're collecting Royal Copley, you're going to find out that this is not one of their lines. This piece is another example. It's priced at $34, which is a great price. It says 1920s to 30s spatter glass, but when we look at the bottom, the polish looks pretty new. There's no made in Czechoslovakia. There's very little evidence of wear. I think this is actually a 1960s piece or later. I can't do it alone. Victory depends on you. This is a piece that McCoy did for the Republican Party at a certain point around 1950. Here's a very pretty piece that is a little more unusual that we'll show. This picture with this is intaglio, so it's etched in and then painted, and this is Weller's Floretta line, an early artware piece from them. It's priced at $275. This is from 1962, Mark J. Seguia. I've seen Seguia pieces before. This is made of fiberglass, and this one's priced at $450. It's obviously Triton commanding his seahorses. These folks have a lot of true antiques, and it's really a pleasure to show some things that are actually 100 years old or more. This is a very nice blue onion piece that has flowed a little bit, so it is flow blue. You can see the blue transfer has bled a little. It's one of the English companies. I'd have to look up that mark to know, but it's a very nice piece for the price. If I was the dealer with the nice antiques, I would hate looking at this, and this is my difference of opinion. I don't understand why we have to sell pork rinds and leftover groceries in an antique show. And if we do, why does it have to be inside the building with the good antiques? It's just not an appropriate mix of merchandise, in my opinion. This dealer just has a hodgepodge of whatever and a ton of paper ephemera. I know a bunch of YouTubers plowed through the paper ephemera because they come every year for that. So I'm going to pass on that and look for other things. Now, if this would clean up, this is by Chase Brass and Copper. And I'm getting the feeling that it came out of a storeroom. If it will clean, it would probably be cheap, and it's about a $30 piece. So we'll see if I think I can clean it up. $150 on the painted corner cabinet, which someone had painted and custom made for their sweetheart in 1958, but it's very cute. I love the toll painting. It definitely looks like an older piece and would be a fun thing to decorate around in a house. And this is a handsome display for collections. I like that it's mirrored in the back. Hello, everybody. And look at the nice burl and the inlays. And they said, make an offer. It's only $395. I think it's still a little too nice out for people to be thinking furniture. Cool truck for the wood-fired pizza. It's in late 50s or early 60s. I think late 50s Chevrolet 6500. They've turned into this. They've got the old John Deere engine to do the popcorn. And Jocelyn from Crazy Lamp Lady is back to shop. And so I better get open because I might have something for her. You never know. Jocelyn had a really interesting experience today, and she was just telling me about it. And I wanted to show you because I didn't know this company, which is a very good high-end crystal glass maker, was even in business when these were made. So
it was very exciting.
It's very exciting. Tell me what you got and what it is.
So I came up to this booth area, and this lady had all of this stuff out, and a lot of it was just kind of, well, junk.
Yeah.
But I was digging through, and I noticed this weird shaped thing, and I pulled it out, and I turned it around, and I noticed it had a face on it.
Oh, that's cute.
And I was like, oh, she's adorable. She's got a little bun. And then I dug a little bit more, and I noticed this one kind of had the same shape, and I turned it around, and I noticed that it's a man's face.
Wow. And how many people even would catch that?
And it was so cool. And I asked the lady, I was like, do you happen to have the bottles that go with this? And I honestly, I had no idea
what would
to
you
even
do?
expect.
I don't know what they look like.
And I'm looking all around her booth, and I'm like, what would they even look like? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
I've never seen these pieces.
What would they even look like? And so she walks over, and she's like looking around, and she's picking up different bottles. And then she found this.
Oh, look there, and there's the tuxedo shirt, and look who it is. This is the thing that really surprised me. Riedel glass from Germany, and they've been around since the 1700s, and I didn't know that. I think of them as being very modern and contemporary because their drinking glasses are super popular and expensive with new collectors. I've never seen these bottles. It's just amazing. They look like they must be 50s. Oh, how cute.
And she's got her little collar.
Wow. Yeah, those are fantastic. Oh my gosh. Have you had a chance to even figure out what they are or what they go for? They're just really cool. I'm so excited to see this.
Isn't that fantastic? I was just going to buy the stoppers. I was like, I don't care if she can't find the bottle. I'm buying the stoppers. And then she found the bottles, and I was so excited.
Great.
In a box, like way over there in the booth.
Oh, that's so cool.
I found the stoppers here, and they were over there.
Well, it pays to dig like that because sometimes people just bring what they bought at 20 auctions and they don't know what's in which box.
And she had all these totes she was going through, and she was pulling out more, like she was pulling out the good stuff. Like I feel like everybody had gone through what she had, and that's probably why I was walking by. I'm like, that's mostly junk. But this stuff she was pulling out, I was like, she's pulling out the good stuff. Like
on Sunday,
gone through everything, and now she's pulling out the good stuff.
Exactly.
Like, okay.
And that happens when you're just bringing boxes that have been in a storage barn forever. You don't know what's going to come out, and that's why it actually does pay to come back and shop on Sundays. Plus, people also will give you better bargains on Sunday because it's the end of the show.
So I paid $35 for the two of these and this horse-covered dish, which is like the first thing that I saw, and I was like, oh, I'll grab that.
Oh, that's cute. You don't see horses very often. Wow.
I also got one other thing.
$35 for the three pieces. That's just amazing. I think they're going to be something really good. Aw.
Just because
when pigs fly. Exactly. Very cool.
So all of that for $35.
Wow, awesome. Thank you. That was really fun to see, and I learned something that I didn't know. I didn't even know they were in business that long. Well, Mid-Century Mom is in the middle, and to the left we have Amanda of Candyland Curiosities, and she just bought a bunch of stuff from me, all of my pins and walkers. But I wanted to show you what these folks bought because there's one thing that they buy and sell that I just can't believe I've never seen. This is the best baseball cap ever, and strangely, sadly appropriate for me. Well, there's so much more show than I can possibly show you. I've got to get my booth open. It's about 11. There's starting to be a bunch of people here, and we need to sell today and then pack out this afternoon. It was really great to share this with you. I hope you had fun like I did.